This is an old junk 30 that I took in a while back. I just wanted to kind of show the condition that I get these outboards in. You can see this one's been in salt water for, well, all of its life. Then thrown in a pile somewhere out in the yard. And just your typical junk beater outboard. But nevertheless, I've had a couple of requests to do show how to remove the carburetors and clean them and so forth, and how to hook up the electric start and so forth. So I thought this one would be a pretty good candidate. Just because they look this bad doesn't mean it. This one does turn over. Does feel like it has some compression. So once I get it all cleaned and everything, enough to at least spin it over and do a compression check, I'll go forward. But regardless, that carburetor is quite good. It may not look it, but it is. The starter I don't know about yet. We'll have to see after I bench test it. You can see the salt. The engine's almost gone. This is the 30 horse I've been working on. Cleaned everything up inside, added an inline cup fuel filter in addition to the screen filter. These are my little homemade clamps I made. I changed out the busted bracket and all. Those are the homemade motor mounts. The bolt would stick out a little longer. I cut that off to make it nice. Kind of wire wheeled the lower unit, changed the lower unit oil, new impeller, little elbow grease paint, put a new tiller arm on it with a little more modern style stop switch down here. That's the start switch. It's got electric start. I added an older style pull start to it. You do have to do a little modifications. As you can see, I added a spacer here. So you can use those old style pull starts to make these work on this particular motor. There's the starter and solenoid that we wired up. The throttle cable for this was way longer and off of a different motor, so I just did a loop here. The bonnet fits on good and it's kind of out of the way. I'll tighten that up a little better. But like I said, this engine was at the borderline of whether I wanted to even bother with it. But I had some requests about hooking up starters, cleaning carbs, and so forth. That's how I do it. So I modified it a little bit, added the electric start and the pull start. This one originally had pull start only, and it was a different style pull start. And that's how you take an old beater and not spend a whole lot of money on it and put it back in service. It's a good running motor now, and if somebody was to get it and take care of it, I think it'd last a little while. So that's kind of the after picture.